Hello, welcome back everyone. It's your girl Cassandra Olivia. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. If you are new, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you are not new, thank you so much for coming back. Today's video, you already saw the title, so you already know what it's about. I'm basically going to be telling you guys a funny story about how a client tried to scam me. Wow. And I'll let you guys know the end result and everything in the story. So without further ado, if you want to hear the story, make sure you hit that like button, show this video some love, like, comment, share. Definitely have like 20 more story times that I can bring to you guys, but this one is literally the most recent. So I figured I'd switch up and actually tell you guys something that happened to me and also give you guys a perspective. My story times are not to offend anybody. My story times are not to bully anybody. My story times are literally real life stories that have happened to me, and I'm speaking from my experience and honestly what my opinion is and how I feel. If you don't like it, unsubscribe, unfollow, but we're not going to do all that in the comments this year. Okay? So first things first, I got me a bottle of some pink Moscato by Barefoot. So grab your blunt, grab your drink, whatever you need. This is not a kid-friendly story time. I'm sorry that I have to even say that, but this is not a kid channel. So with that being said, I'm going to speak my mind how I did in the last story time, because I'm going to give it to you raw, how I would give it to my friends. So shout out to you, Mom, for this nice little bottle opener. I'm finna open her up, pour this little bottle. Not bottle, oh my God. I'm going to pour this glass. And then we about to get started on this story time. I figured what better way to start this than to toasting you guys to 2022. If you made it, your family made it, your friends made it, you're doing well. We're going to speak it into existence that this year is going to be a wonderful and phenomenal year. So yeah, I like to drink to that. Shout out to my client Francine. She actually made me this glass. It says, because clients. That should say enough, okay? I figured this was super appropriate for the story time. So I'm going to pour me a generous serving. I'm going to take a couple sips. I'm going to throw this back inside the refrigerator. And I am ready to get my story started. I'm just trying to give you guys the real raw. Y'all already know this is the glueless unit. Got the video on my channel. I'll link that down below if you guys are interested. Y'all probably don't give a shit, but whatever. Pull up my timeline. Give me a second. Probably cut this out. I just want to make sure I have my facts. I got my receipts, my video footage, all of that. Y'all know I don't like to just say stuff. I like to prove it, because people always be like, oh my God, I don't be making nothing up. Everything I say is facts, okay? All facts, no printer. I gotta pull up my my close friends. I'm gonna literally let y'all see exactly what happened with my receipts, my videos, my close friends story, everything. So you guys can literally get the raw, unfiltered timeline and storyline. You guys know whenever I have an issue, I contact my mom and my sister. They are literally my best friends in the whole wide world. I tell my mom everything, almost everything. And I tell my sister everything and beyond, okay? Holiday times again. I always feel like I have a weird story time every time the holidays come, okay? So you already know Christmas time's coming up. You know, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Doesn't it feel like Christmas? Doesn't it feel like Christmas? Oh, so lovely. So lovely. Let me stop playing. Hold on. And then the next story time, if y'all want, is about some lunatic who was not even my client, who I basically posted about like my booking policy, and then she felt the need to like sub me and her close friends, but 3 of my clients are her close friends. So then I subbed her. Not even subbed her, I let her know straight up, like, it was just a lie. If y'all want to see that, let me know. And one thing about me, I'm not no scary bitch, okay? So you got something to say about me, at me, what's up? Like, I hate girls that do all of this, rah, 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 and they're close friends and be real bold, but then when you address them, it's, oh, I don't want no problems, da, 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 or do you want to fight me? Like, girl, I'm not fighting nobody over no booking policy. That's clown shit, you feel me? So, kill yourself. Don't come for me unless I send for you, honey. Because one thing about me, I'm mean as shit. I'm professional, but y'all know I'm a hood professional. Like, I have business and I have my personal life. You don't want to mesh the two, you feel me? I'm gonna screenshot everything between my mom, my sister, and I. I'm also gonna copy my whole entire close friend story that I posted, minus me like just venting what I'm doing to you guys now. And I'm gonna post the timeline, and I'm just gonna give you a story raw. I'm gonna add my footage. You already know how I'm gonna do it, so just sit back and enjoy the story. And I figured, you know, since my first 2 story times I did, or my first story time I did that actually did very well. I was very appreciative about my nastiest client ever. I did not think it was going to get the response that it did. I had PJs on. So I figured, why not flex? You know, story time is for bedtime, okay? So hopefully you turning up, you watching this after a long day of work, and this brightens up your day in some way, shape, or form. I am very funny to myself and to others, like my clients that know me. But to be honest, when I'm on YouTube, it really just be like business, like business. I don't really try to be on here being too ratchet unless it's a story time, but I really want y'all to see the real me, and I feel like y'all would fuck with me more if y'all kind of got a glimpse of like, dang, she professional, she makes a lot of money, she's successful, but dang, this girl is hood as fuck too. Like, you can be both. Like, just like when you go to work and you got your work voice. Hello, how are you? Welcome to AT&T. Good evening. So what's going on with your service? Okay, as per our last email, and then you could be like, bitch, let me tell you how this nigga, like, you can do both.
The limit does not exist. The limit does not exist.
What I realized too when I went back in the messages between me and homegirl is every time she DM'd me, she was always in my DMs saying, hey, I'm so sorry I have to reschedule. Hey, I'm so sorry to bother you. Hey, I'm so sorry, how do you book? Hey, how do I do this? It was literally that many messages. I'm not even exaggerating. Like, a message before this is, hey, I'm so sorry for the late message. I have to cancel my appointment for tomorrow. That's November 3rd. Whatever, cool. I'm like, when do you want to reschedule it for? I said, I'll check. I wasn't able to get her in. Whatever. She comes in finally. What I do is, I had a hair color client, right? And hair color is not a one-size-fits-all service. Hair color is one of those services where you come in, you do a consultation, we sit for about 20 to 30 minutes. I get your entire hair color history going back 5 years. I make sure you're not allergic to anything. I do a patch test. I also do a strand test. I ask you to bring pictures for inspiration. I ask, you know, what are you comfortable with? Do you want lightener? Do you not want lightener? I let every client know how to maintain their hair. I let them know my process. This is how I operate. I set up this way. I allot this much time for your service. I literally give them everything at the consultation, even telling them what to wear. Like, I joke around and be like, don't wear your Gucci slides or don't wear your Fendi, whatever, because you're going to probably get hair coloring yourself. So I let them know, like, wear an old t-shirt, you know. And I'm sorry, my camera's about to die. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, I'm back. I'm so sorry my camera died. So just know at the consultation, I do a very, very thorough job of making sure that my client knows what to expect. For instance, if I think that your hair appointment is going to take 4 hours, I tell my clients to block out 6 to 7. Just in case something may happen, you might be running a couple minutes late. Your hair might be resistant. You might have lied about having color and actually did have color in your hair. You might have thought that rinse didn't count or that black that you did 2 years ago didn't count. It's literally so many things that can go wrong doing color. So I like to make sure that when I'm doing a color client, I block out an adequate amount of time so that way when I'm doing the color, I'm not rushing and I can do my due diligence, being thorough and making sure that my client gets the result that they pay for because, hey, that's what you're paying me for. At the consultation, I let the client know how much her service was going to be, and I can even pull it up on here. I basically gave her pricing, and I told her, hey, come Monday, and I'm gonna pull up her appointment. So literally, hair color appointment is this whole entire block. This is a 6.5 hour spot, and I even make sure I had 30 extra minutes in here so that way I can sanitize and then prepare for my client after her. Because it's the holidays, I did book 2 clients this day, but typically when I do hair color, I only book that 1 client for the day. Or maybe 2 or 3 if they're getting like a touch up or black, something simple. But it really depends on the client. But 9 times out of 10, I'm doing like a whole hair transformation. You guys see on social media, my clients have super long hair. Some of them have virgin hair. Some of them, I like to take it low and slow. I do not like to rush the process, meaning that I don't like to just go in with a 30 or 40. If I can get it done using a 7 volume and it just takes a little bit longer, but it keeps the hair and it keeps the hair's integrity, I make sure to do that, right? So homegirl had an appointment on a Monday from 9 o'clock. I blocked it out till 3:30-ish. And she was getting a double process color and a silk press. So when you do your consultations with me, I do charge $100 for the consultation, but that goes towards your hair coloring service. And at the consultation, I book you out for the color. So let's say, for example, you're my client. We're consulting about the hair color. You show me pictures, inspiration. I'm confident I can do it. Everything's a go. I say, hey, let's come in. I try to book my hair color clients on a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday on my slower days because Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it was the weekend. So I'm trying to make my bread on the weekend. And I let her know the whole entire process. When I tell y'all how thorough I am, I'm about to give y'all a whole hair color consultation. I write down a whole entire, hold on, let me block the girl name out. I write down a whole entire, like, what I need to do. Oh, wait, cancel. It's asking for a payment method. Hold on. I write down everything I need to do. So, for instance, I said, her base needs to be a 7NW, which is a natural warm. I'm going to balayage her. She has virgin hair. It's broad shaft length. Her client has a natural level 2. I'm doing mid shaft to M formula. This is my root formula. I'm going to apply a cap, do this. I'm going to apply the color. It's going to take 2 hours. Lightener is going to take 1 hour. Toner is going to take 20 minutes. Olaplex is going to take 30 minutes. I put time in 4 hours and 30 minutes. Total time 6 hours. Total was $450, but because she paid $100 for the consultation, it brought her total down to $350 when everything was said and done, right? After consultation, I let her know, like, hey, are you available this Monday? How soon are you trying to come in? You're trying to come in now, in a couple weeks? Typically, on my website, I have it to where if you book a hair color consultation, you have to book the coloring service within 30 days. The reason being is because I've had clients book hair color consultations in the past, and what they would do is they would wait like 2-3 months, 6 months, and say, hey, remember that color I wanted? And I'm like, no. and what have you done to your hair since then? So now it's a whole nother thing. So I try to make the price point to where people, when they book it, they're pretty much ready to get the hair color and they're really serious. So that way I don't have a lot of just consultations, okay? So I let her know, hey, come in this Monday, come in at 9 o'clock. It's going to take you 6.5 hours, right? I'm letting her know this. So if you come at 9, that's 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. That's about 3 o'clock, right? Now, really, the color was only going to take me about 3.5 hours, so I knew I was going to have time. So fast forward, it's Monday. You guys know, even on my stories today, I went in an hour and a half early. I prepped for my color client. And just so you guys can see that I'm not capping, I'm literally going to show y'all my story right now. So this is me. I did my one-shot picture. And then I'm showing people how I keep my floors clean, doing my color. It looks like this. I have like a chair cover. And then I always prep before every color client. So this is 30 minutes before she's due to even come. So that way, when she's ready to come in, I'm not fumbling around trying to get color. What do I need? Do I need gloves? Everything is laid out so that when you come in, it's a smooth and easy process, right? I try to make it as not complicated as possible, right? On my booking website, I have it to where, let's say your appointment's at 9 o'clock. You have until 9:15 to get there. So I allot 15 additional minutes for every client because you might be running late. Kids might be sick. You might have had to run back home. You might have forgot your hair, whatever. I try to add on an extra 15 minutes into everybody's appointment so that way you're not rushing. But once 9:16 comes, it's called a no call, no show, or it's considered a cancellation. You still get charged full price, right? Now, hear me out. All my OG hairstylists have been doing this for a while. No, time is money, right? So put yourself in my shoes. Let's say you're the hairstylist. You have a 9 o'clock client that you know is going to take you about 5-6 hours, right? But then you have a client directly after her. Now, if she's already 15 minutes late with the added time, that's going to push you back for your next client, right? And I'm not one of those people where I'm like, just come in, I'll push my next one back. My clients pay me for my time. You know, time is money, and that's how I'm able to charge as much as I do for my services. So I like to make sure that things run smoothly. And you got to take into consideration also that we're in the middle of a pandemic. So between every client, I sanitize, I'm wiping my chair down, I'm Lysol, I provide masks. When I tell you I do everything, when I have color clients, I even provide them with disposable masks so that way they don't have to ruin their mask, right? So it's the morning of the appointment and my spidey sense starts tingling. I'm sitting up front, I'm ready. You know, she comes at 9. I'm sitting up front about like 8:30, just BSing on my phone, editing videos, posting on IG, shooting the shit with my friends, whatever. So I get to DM at 9 o'clock in the morning from homegirl. Hey Cassandra, how are you? Just wanted to let you know I'll be running about 10 minutes late. If that's okay, no more than 15 minutes. Mental note. I'll pop the messages on the screen if y'all want to read them, whatever. I said, good morning, that's fine, as long as you're here by 9:15 because that's what my late policy allows, okay? She said, yep, I'll definitely be there by that time. I say, okay, no problem. I'll see you soon and drive safe. And then I message her at 9:17. I say, hey, love, it's after 9:15. We're going to have to reschedule because I have a full book today and it's going to push my other clients behind. She said, I'm actually right outside. I'm so sorry. I looks outside, this girl is still nowhere to be found. Now, the way that my job is, it's a really long parking lot, and there's parking lots right in front of where our building is. But because it's a Monday, it's really nobody that works in the other buildings. It is like a shopping center. So there's like a furniture store, there's like a ballet store. It's a couple things in that area, right? But because it's Monday, a lot of these businesses are closed. So it's literally my car, one other car way down at the Wood building. No other cars. I don't see no black girl. I see some like Caucasian man. I'm like, this ain't him. This is not her, definitely. So I'm letting her know at this point, like, you can, because now you told me I'm not going to be later than 10 minutes. You didn't even reach back out to say, hey, GPS says da-da-da. You just figure I'm going to show up. So it's like 9:25. She finally shows up. I said, I'm going to have to be, so she said, I'm actually right outside. I look outside. I'm literally going to show y'all the video. I'm going to insert it here. She's not there.
I am strict about my timing, right? So it's 9:15. Client was supposed to be here at 9 o'clock. She said she would be here no later than 9:10. She is not here, so guess who's going to have to reschedule? Her.
So I said, I'm going to have to reschedule at this point. If I take you, it's going to run me behind everyone else. She said, I can't just pay extra for the inconvenience, question mark. My mom feels pretty bad about all of this, and she's the reason why I'm late. So I'm guessing her mom was her ride. And I'm like, okay, I get it. But still, like, come on, we as black people, we just gotta learn how to be on time. Time is money, and I hate people being late and just feeling like, oh, I can just come in. Like, this is not that type of hairstyle. I'm not that type of hairstyle. I'm quick to refund you deposit, all of that. I just don't want to play around with other people's time, because what happens is if I take you and then it ends up being later than I thought, now I'm late on my next client. Now my next client is going to have a bad experience. She's not going to come back. I'm thinking ahead, right? So I said, give me a few minutes, okay? I'm going to text my next client and see if I can push her back. If not, I'll definitely have to reschedule you. I'm messaging her now. She said, okay, thank you so much. I text my mom and my sister at this point, because now I'm like, Mayday, Mayday, what's going on? So my mom and my sister end up telling me like, hey, just take the girl. She's already there. You already had like a 6-hour time slot blocked out to do her. You might as well just do her. And because I added the extra time, so she had an extra 15 minutes already into her appointment. It's built into everybody's hair appointment. But I also had an additional 30 minutes, remember, afterwards to sanitize. So now I'm like, dang, it's gonna cut into my sanitation time, whatever. Like, I can just maybe have my client wait up front for a minute or two while I finish cleaning up. Because I like every client to come in to a clean atmosphere. I don't like to have stuff everywhere from the last client, hair color bowls, hair shards, sewing clip-ins. I just like to make sure that when you come in, you feel like, dang, she really takes pride in her suite. And this is black excellence at its finest, because I'm not just a run-of-the-mill hairstylist. And I keep saying that, but just keep that in your back of your head. I texted my mom and my sister like, what should I do? So my mom and my sister convinced me to take this girl. Now I'm already kind of irritated, because I'm like, we starting like 30 minutes late at this point. Because mind you, the way that my business is set up in my salon suite, you have to get buzzed in. You can't just walk into the door, right? So if I'm sitting there behind the door and it's one-way glass, two-way glass, so basically I can see you but you can't see me. So I'm literally like in my suite, and I'm like debating, like, should I go up front? Should I unlock the door for her? Like, what should I do? Because again, I don't have a lot of clients that come late. If anything, my clients be there an hour early, 30 minutes early, 10 minutes early. I'm used to that, and I think that's just because of how like anal I am online. But for whatever reason, she was late. I decided to take her. So this is my mom. I sent her the screenshot that I posted on the screen for you guys to see, and this is what I said to them verbatim. I said, my first client about to be pissed. This is at 9:16. I said, she literally has 1 minute to make it here. And I sent a screenshot of the messages that she sent me in the DM. My sister says the sick face, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about, with the lip all like, ugh. So I said, it's 9:17. I think she's just now pulling up. My sister said, by 2 minutes, question mark, yikes. I said, yep, even though she said she'll be here by 9:10. So my sister sends me the face again. So my mom said, just take her. It's only a few minutes, I will take her. I said, well, I don't even know what to charge for a late fee, because I don't do late fees. So my sister says, maybe $20. What is she getting done? I said, bet. I told her she could come. I'll update y'all later. My sister says, all right. We get started at 9:33. So she came after or whatever, because the car that pulled up wasn't her.
Really?
I'm sorry.
Really? What time was you supposed to be here?
I'm only like 5 minutes behind
5
schedule.
minutes is a little bit too late, honey. I got somewhere to be. I got an appointment.
So it's 9:33. I'm starting her hair. She comes to sit in my chair. Not only did she just remove braids, she didn't detangle her hair, and she washed it 2 days prior because she didn't want her hair to be dirty to get hair color. So anybody that has worn braids before, extensions, knows that when you take that hair out after a couple months, you have to detangle it with like one of these brushes. I'm talking from the ends all the way to the roots, very gently. You can use conditioner or whatever, just to make sure that you get all that dead hair that's in your head out. If not, it's gonna try to be friends. You already know this because I talked about it in my last story time. So I get her in a chair. I'm getting ready to section her hair out. I'm realizing like I can't even section her hair because it's so freaking matted. So now on the inside, I'm freaking livid because I'm like, I shouldn't have taken her. It's some bullshit. Now I'm already starting her 33 minutes late. Now I gotta detangle her. It's probably gonna take me 20 more minutes. And I still gotta like do her color and everything, because I started putting stuff away. I'm like, oh, she not coming back. I'm about to, whatever. So I grabbed everything, I set it up. And I let her know, like, hey, your hair's matted. She's like, I know, I couldn't get it out. I said, okay, before we start, I just want to let you know, it's going to be the $350 plus a $20 late fee, plus another additional $20 detangling fee, because your hair is so matted. It's not going to take me like 5 minutes. This is going to take me like 20, 30 minutes. It ends up taking me an additional 30 minutes to detangle her hair because it's thick. It's like shoulder length, a little bit longer. But I'm also trying not to be super rough. So I got to take my time because I don't want her hair to fall out, right? I still care about her hair. I'm mad on the inside, but on the outside, I'm still like giving it all I've got, Captain, right? I'm in my head like, yo, just get this done. Get this girl done. You'll never have to see her again after today. Like, just be kind, be professional. You never know who might know who. Don't be a bitch. Like, don't let this affect your whole day, right? You still got another client coming later. She cool. Get your mind right. I'm literally detangling her hair. Finally get it detangled. Section her hair out in 4 sections. My spidey sense starts going off again. For whatever reason, my spidey sense never lies to me. And as a hairstylist, you know what I mean. A client come in, you just like, something's not right about you. I don't know what it is, but something about you is not sitting right with my spirit. And I don't like that. So whenever you have a weird feeling or inkling, follow that shit. Because 9 times out of 10, that's your gut trying to tell you, like, girl or boy, like, watch out, beware, danger, okay? Don't ever ignore your intuition, okay? I'm really big on that. And because I don't have a lot of clients that are late, I don't have a lot of, like, clients that are weird, to be honest. When I do get somebody like that, I can sense it instantly. Like, it can be the way that you walked in, or the way that you're in an attitude, or the way you're making small talk, and I'll just pick up on little things, right? So I'm making small talk, and I'm like, hey, do you mind if I record just me doing sections of your hair? Meaning, like, me recording a little bit of the detangle, me recording a little bit of the color, me recording the after, and maybe the end result. I wasn't going to record the whole process. Spidey sense tells me, record the whole 6-hour hair appointment, sis. So I listen to the spidey sense. I'm actually using what I used to record her now. I have a glam core light. I put my phone on a glam core light, but the way my suite is really small, and I always put my glam core light kind of in the corner, and because it's tall, after like 20 minutes, you forget it's there because it's so slim, it's gray, it literally blends in my background. So I recorded a segment. I acted like I cut my camera off, but I let it run the whole 6-hour appointment because I had a weird feeling like, yo, something's wrong about this. Not to mention, let me just go back a little bit. When I put in her hair appointment, normally what I do is when I book hair color clients, I do it on a day that I'm off. So meaning that it's a Monday or Tuesday, which means no other clients can book anyway because I don't work those days, right? So what I did for her was I let her know, like, hey, I'm just putting this in as a placeholder. I booked it under a hair color consultation because that's what she had already came in for. And all I did was reschedule it for that Monday as like a placeholder. So the hair color consultation is only a 30-minute time slot, but I verbally let her know, hey, it's going to take 6 hours. 6 hours. Have your day free. Have some snacks. Have your phone charger, or have a phone charger. Get the Wi-Fi. Get your laptop so you can work from home. Whatever you got to do, be prepared to chill with me for 6 hours. It's like the day before, she goes in and moves the appointment because, again, it's a placeholder. And normally what I do, I don't even know why I did this. Normally what I do is I put in a manual appointment and I make it like really, really long, like how you just saw. But for whatever reason, I was like, because it was, I think she was my last consultation of the day. I was ready to go home. It was Friday. I'm like, you know what, I'm about to turn up. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to put it in under a consultation, but it's going to take you 6 hours. She moves that little tiny 20-minute time slot to Friday, that same Friday at 8 o'clock in the morning, because I had an 8 o'clock to 8:20. But then I had an 8:30 all the way up until 7 o'clock at night. So I shoot her an email. I'm like, hey, love, are you trying to book another consultation? Because I verbally let you know, like, this is going to be a 6-hour hair appointment. This time slot's only 20 minutes. It's just a placeholder. Oh, I knew something was up. I should have called you first. Unfortunately, I can't come tomorrow. I'm like, okay, well, unfortunately, you can't come Friday either because it's a 20-minute time slot. I told you it's going to take 6 hours. So if you want, you're going to have to wait until January to book with me because I literally was booked out the whole month of December. I even had to take my emergency appointments off. And I charged an extra $100 to come in to do an emergency hair appointment. I had to even take that off because I didn't have time to even do that. I was coloring bundles. I was trying to get stuff ready for Christmas time. It was just a lot going on, right? So to keep my sanity, I said, you know what? I'm not going to let these people work me. I'm going to do what I can. And if you can get in where you fit in, cool. If not, I'm not going to stress it. I used to be one of those hairstyles that I'm going to get every single last person in. I was working from sun up to sundown. I don't have to do that anymore. My kids and my family, spending time with them means more to me than an extra $100 or $200. You feel me? So I just decided that I was going to take that off. So I messaged her. She was like, oh, shoot. Well, if I had to wait till January, then yikes. Like, just keep me in for Monday. I'm like, are you sure? She's like, yeah. So I already was like, maybe that's why she tried to reschedule. It was also the Monday right after Black Friday. So I'm joking with her as she's sitting in my chair. And I'm telling her, like, hey, how was your Thanksgiving? How was your Black Friday? She's like, Black Friday, I spent way too much money. Red flag number 1, take a mental note, y'all. Just know that she had already tried to reschedule. I reached out to her, let her know, like, hey, you can't do that. Are we still good for Monday? Yes or no? If not, you gotta wait till January. Sis didn't want to wait. So we make it small talk. She's talking about how she spent so much money on Black Friday. She overspent. I'm like, I get it. I do the same thing, getting my kids little deals, stuff for the house. I get it. So that should have been red flag number 1, right? Because I'm like, okay, why is she trying to reschedule the day before? We done already discussed this like on Friday. And she told me I wanted your first available, which was Monday. So you need my first available, bring your ass Monday. So I detangles her hair. I starts putting the back section of color in. For whatever reason, I'm still recording. Y'all know that. She's calling to the bank. She's calling Wells Fargo. Y'all gonna hear it on this audio. She calls to check her bank account balance. Her phone, I must have been so loud because she had it to her ear like this. You can literally hear on the audio, your account balance is negative. Da, 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 da. I thought it said 34. Apparently somebody told me in my close friends it said 84, 94. I don't know. Just know it's not in the positive, okay? Negative ain't good. Whether it's negative $1, negative 150, it's not good because I need this to be in a positive for this payment to go through. When that happens, the way that I have my camera, I'm gonna pretend like this is her, y'all. Hold on. Let me get Manny Quinn. Let me get Manny Quinn. Hold on. Come on, Manny. So look, I'm gonna insert the clips too, but just so y'all can get a real visual of how I was feeling, we gonna be real extra for the story time because why not? So I'm doing her hair like this, right? My ring light is kind of where y'all are at. She's here. I done got the back section in. I'm doing my thing. And because the way I was recording, my face wasn't on the camera, I'm doing this whole back section. I had already started the color. All I hear is your account balance is negative, da, da, da. I looked into the camera like I'm on The Office, bro. I smooth was like, but because I didn't realize my face was cut off like how it is now, you can't see it. But just know, when I heard the account balance, I was just like, I know you fucking lying. So in my head, I'm like, yo, what else can possibly go wrong? The girl was late, her hair matted, her account balance in the negative. I gotta sit here and pretend like I don't hear shit, right? So I'm like, okay, what do I do? What do I do? So now I'm on a close friends update and I'm like, yo, why my mom and sister tell me take this client? And for whatever reason, her account balance is blah, blah. I'm gonna insert the gift that I put in or the meme that I put in showing how my reaction was. I literally was just like, really, you really getting your hair done with a negative account balance? And I gotta sit here and pretend like I don't hear it. So I started coming up with a master plan. I'm like, all right, bet. She's getting a double process. I just started the first process, meaning her hair was like a dark brown. I gotta get it to a lighter brown. Then I had to highlight it. So I'm like, bet, after I highlight or whatever, I'm gonna ask her about her payment method. So you know how when somebody wants you to ask them what's wrong, they do this. Oh my God. Or start shaking their head, looking down. I'm like, I'm not asking her shit. I'm like, let me mind my business, okay? So now she's calling Wells Fargo. She got Wells Fargo on speaker. I'm literally behind her doing her hair. And she's arguing with them about her account balance. Y'all messed something up. Da-da-da, da-da-da. But in her deposit, I wish I would have saved the whole entire video. All I saved was my close friend story, only because the video was 6 hours long and I needed to put other content out there. But after you heard the negative balance, it said it includes the deposit of $980, which means you just got paid and you blew through your whole paycheck. But again, I'm ear hustling. I'm acting like I don't hear shit, right? Still doing her hair, I'm washing it, I'm blow drying it. So I'm like, I don't want to ask her after we color it, because that's kind of weird. I never asked none of my clients for payments up front, right? But in my head, I'm like, there's either one or two things that's going to happen. She's going to pay me my money, or she's going to try not to pay me my money. But if she tries not to pay me my money,
fuck you, bitch!
all I know is I'm finna drag this hoe, right? Now I'm into fight or flight mode, because I'm like, you playing with me, wasting my time. It's a day off. I could have been home with my kids, chilling. You doing too much, right? But I'm trying to stay calm. I'm already in my head like, yo, I posted on my close friends, everything, dead ass on everything I love. If this girl's card declines, y'all was gonna hear about me on the Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked, Media Takeout, what's all you always gonna hear about me, okay? Because it was gonna be hairstylist brutally attacks client. That was gonna be the damn headline, okay? Because what you not about to do is play with my coins, okay? Not on no damn Monday that I could have been home chilling, eating bonbons, watching TV, minding my business, okay? So mind you, y'all know I live an hour away from where I work. So I'm in my head like, I'm getting in my head like, yo, I work an hour away from here. I came in on my day off. This girl was begging me for this hair color appointment. She ain't got the coins. How am I get my coins? She got dropped off. And then what I peeped was, she came. She didn't have a jacket. All she had was her cell phone. She didn't have a wallet, nothing. So in my mind, I'm like, you only pack light when you're trying to dip off. You know, I'm not going to bring a bag or nothing. I want to be able to say I'm going to the bathroom and peel off. So in my head, I'm like, oh, she going to try to do that. Cool. So fast forward, I shampoo her. Now, what she wanted was like these 2 blonde streaks. You know how people getting that skunk patch or whatever, the little money piece? It was something real basic. Like, take these 2 strands of hair, color them blonde. Take these 2, color them blonde. I hated the picture she sent me, but she was dead set on getting it. I'm like, you know what? I ain't gonna post it, but you want to get these little blonde streaks. I'm gonna let you be great. I'm not your mom. Do what you want. As I'm getting ready to check her out, she's talking about how Wells Fargo basically was like playing with her, da-da-da. So I'm like, you know what? I'm thinking to myself, before I press her hair out, because we still got to press her hair, I'm going to ask her how she's paying. I'm going to add in the clips of how she responded with like subtitles.
Were you doing a card today too? To check out? Were you doing a card today or cash to check out? Okay.
How does the card technique go?
Y'all can tell me your thoughts in the comments too. Was I doing too much? Not enough? Have you been in a situation? Have you ever had a client not pay you or run off on the plug? Like, I want to know. In my whole entire time, knock on wood, I'm doing hair, I've had 1 client not pay me, and this bitch was off of Groupon. So you know what? Mary, if you watching this, fuck you. I asked her how I'm going to check her out, and she's doing this. I'm like, how are you checking out cash or card? She's like, how does that work? I'm like, what do you mean, how does that work? A card, like, I put my card reader in, I swipe it, or I can, you know, I also have an app where I pay extra to save everybody's debit cards. Now, I love this feature because, let's say you forget your card, but because you booked the consultation with me, I have the card that you booked in consultation not even a week before. So guess what? I'm sitting there, I'm like, how are you checking out? Now, mind you, I'm thinking she got her coins ready because she called the bank, and she's like, you know, getting stuff situated. So I'm thinking worst case scenario, she got her mom or somebody sent her money. Maybe she's paying with a different card, whatever. I'm not being too upset about it because, again, I was going to drag this whole, like, worst case scenario, I was going to drag her. So I was like, if anything, I'm going to beat the sonic rings out this bitch. If I had to call my sister, and if I told my sister to pull up, it would have been unfair. Like, it would have been unfair AF if it was just me, but it definitely would have been unfair if she pulled up. That's why I don't even be trying to tell her nothing, because my sister turned up ×2. So anyway, I'm asking her how she wants to check out. I'm like, would you like to do cash or card? She's like, how does the card work? So I'm telling her, like, you know, you swipe your card, this, that, and the third. I'm trying to act like kind of low-key dumb, but I'm not. But I'm trying to come down to her level and just be like, don't know what's going on. So I'm like, yeah, I swipe your card. Once I do that, you sign for it.
How does the card technique go?
So I have a card reader, so I just swipe it.
Do you do Apple Pay?
I do not.
What's wrong with me? Anything I should say back. I think I should be stronger for a while.
So she sits there for another minute like this. And now I'm looking back at the audio. Her eyes are like, she was doing this. And I'm like, okay. So I said, how are you paying cash or card? She's like, I said, how are you paying cash or card? I said, how are you paying cash or card? She's like, card. But the way she said it, I'm thinking to myself, Cassandra, get ready. You really want to try to play with me? You really want to play with me? I've been sitting here this whole time. You really want to play with me? Bitch, don't you? So now I post on my close friends. I said, y'all, if I go live on Instagram today, just know I'm in here beating this girl the fuck up, like dead ass. I'm like, okay, well, I'm ready to take your card now. She's like, do you take Apple Pay? Do you take Cash App? I'm like, no, which I do, but I don't like people knowing that because I don't want you to have my cell phone number. I don't want you to have my email. It's weird. I don't know you. I don't want you calling my phone in the middle of the night. Like, fuck out of here. So I'm like, no, I don't have Apple Pay. On my website, it says I take cash or card payments. So are you doing cash or card? She's like, I'm going to do a card. I said, okay, well, I'm ready for your card. She's like, actually, I forgot my card. We on our 4.5. We on hour 4.5. You know, called the bank. You was late. You offered me a late fee. I told you about the detangling fee. How the fuck did you forget that you did not have your card? You knew you didn't have your card. What you was planning on doing was running off on me. I don't appreciate that shit. So, I'm like, okay. So, thankfully, on my good old Acuity app, it stores everybody's cards. So I said, would you like to use, because now I'm like not even trying to be nice. Like I went from blow drying her to literally grabbing my phone, stopping the blow dry, and was like, I said, okay, you booked with this card. Would you like to use this card or this card? Because I guess she booked 2 separate times, 2 separate cards or whatever, when she had canceled the month prior. So I said, would you like this card or this card? She's like, in the video, you can see the side of her face, her eyes get big as shit, like, oh shit, she got my information. So she's like, yeah, I'll do that card that ends with whatever. I said, okay, cool. So now I'm standing there, I goes to put it through. Guess what I get? A decline message. The user's card has been declined, reached limit or insufficient funds or whatever. I'm like, okay. Okay. So I let her know. I said, I'm trying to play it cool. I'm like, is it possibly this other card that you have on here? Maybe I put the wrong one. She's like, no, it's definitely that card. I'm like, okay. Tries to put it through again. Gets declined again. I'm like, okay. She's like, oh yeah, my bad. I forgot to transfer money.
Possibly this 9291.
No, it's the 288.
Okay.
Oh, that's why it says. I need to transfer money.
See, what you're not about to do is play in my face. Because now you're playing in my face. And I don't like when people play in my face. Don't you... Again, I'm professional, but I'm hood. On the inside, I'm like, yo, now you playing with me. First, you late. Then your hair matted. Then you have an issue with Wells Fargo. Now you got a negative account balance. Now you forgot your card. Now you forgot to transfer the money. So you didn't even have the money in your account to be withdrawn in the first place, which means you really had no intentions of even paying me. Why am I sitting here doing this? Why are you playing with me? So then I say something about it. She's like, oh, let me transfer it now. I said, yeah, you have to transfer it now before I finish. So she transfers it, and my money finally goes through. And everybody was DMing me that evening because I had another client after her. At this point, I'm like, so over it. So I didn't text my mom and my sister. I said, I'm gonna call y'all when I get off. Too much to text, too much going on. I got a video to send y'all. I got a post to send my close friends. People asking me like, what's going on? Update us. I'm like, oh my God, it's just so much shit going on, right? So I am stressed the fuck out, right? So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do my last client. Shout out to you, Shianta. That's my baby. Been doing her since 2015. So I'm like, when she come in, it's gonna be a vibe. She's also my close friend. So shout out to you, boo. She already knew what's going on. So I'm texting her too, like, yo, what's going on? She's like, yo, what's wrong? I'm like, nothing, yo, I'm gonna talk to you and come in here. So post a video on my close friends. Literally everybody on my close friends was like, nah, you was not bugging. This girl was really gonna try to run off on you. Then I started taking mental notes like, yo, it's December, it's freezing outside. You don't have no jacket, you don't have no wallet, you don't have no bag, you didn't have no keys. But again, she was dropped off, so I'm like, okay. But I started peeping stuff, like maybe she just packed light so she can dip out. You know, I'll go to the bathroom, I'll be right back. Pew, you know, nah. You about to go to the bathroom, I'm about to be like, come on, sis, come on. Let's go to the bathroom. If you have a feeling about somebody doing something weird or something's not sitting right with your spirit or your heart, your gut, whatever, pay attention to that. You have that intuition for a reason. Now, I was lucky because the app that I used to book, it saves your card information. It saves a valid card. It can't be a prepaid Visa. Can't be nothing sketchy. No rush card. None of that bullshit. Has to be an actual debit card. So where she fucked up was she didn't know that I had that. Let's say, for instance, she told me she forgot her card and I didn't have it on file. Realistically, what would I have done? So how I deal with people like that is, after that situation happened, I blocked sis the moment I heard the negative account balance on some real shit. Blocked her immediately, expeditiously. But then when all that stuff happened, I was like, you know what, I'm over this. She can never come back to see me again. What you're not gonna do is play in my face talking about, oh, I'll see you in 3 months. You see who? You ain't gonna see me. Cause honey, I'm poof. I'm going with the wind. I'm running like the wind, bullseye. You ain't ever gonna be able to catch me because I'm not willing to deal with that type of headache. I don't have clients on a regular that treat me like that. So to have somebody come in and feel like they can just treat me however or play me, I don't like that because I would never do that to nobody. That's broke bitch behavior, you feel me? So that really triggered me. Even telling the story again is low-key triggered me. My wine is kind of like halfway done. I stopped drinking halfway through the story because I was getting like stumbled up on my words. But yeah, if you have a gut feeling, please be sure to follow that. Drop your worst client stories down below, or if a client ever tried to scam you, or if you have been scammed by clients. I'll try to help you guys as much as I can, but be sure in 2022 to have an online booking app, to take deposits, and to also have a card on file. That makes things so much easier. Somebody no calls, no show, you get paid 100%, or whatever your percentage is. Somebody cancels 2 minutes before their appointment and just doesn't come, you still get charged a percentage. Somebody forgets their card after sitting with me for 5 hours and calling Wells Fargo and arguing with the bank and offering to pay extra money, get you that booking app. Because when I said, oh, what card, she was just like, shit, I'm busted. I gotta pay this bitch. And you do. And you do, sis. You gotta run me all my coins, because these kids are expensive, okay? This mortgage ain't free. And I'm like, yo, I really do hair. At this point in 2022, I honestly do hair because I love to. I make more money doing 2 YouTube videos a month and promos than I do doing hair now, which I would have never thought, because I make at least 10 G's a month minimum doing hair, working 2 days a week. I don't work weekends. I don't work evenings. I'm a very, I come in Thursday, 9 to 3, Friday, 9 to 3. I might throw in a Saturday. I might come in at 7, be done by 10 or 11. I might sprinkle a Wednesday or Monday. But I can make more money sitting home doing this type of stuff than I do interacting with other people and dealing with the bullshit. Thank you guys so much for listening to my story time. Drop your comments down below, your opinions. If you think that she was going to try to run off, if you genuinely think she forgot all of these things, then we can't even talk, because that means we not seeing eye to eye, or that means that you like sis and you running scams, or you agree with scammers, or you don't agree with receipts. And I'm gonna need you to open up your eyes and your mind in 2022. But again, drop some love in the comments. Let me know if you enjoyed the story time. Let me know if y'all want to hear about that psycho girl who tried to drag me on Instagram, because bitch, you can't ever drag me, honey. I'm the drag queen, okay? So let me know if you want to hear this, or if you want to hear more client story times. I have so many, but again, I try to wait at least a year or 2 before I tell them, just because it's so recent. Like this story time, I'm actually shocked that I'm doing, because I just did this girl in December. If she sees it, she gonna know it's her. Possibly. She is gonna know it's her. Nobody else did no dumb shit like this, but shoulder shrug it. But thank you guys so much for joining me in my story time. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for showing me so much love. I hope 2022 is a wonderful, prosperous year. I'm gonna finish drinking my drink. Maybe after I post this, I'll go live and we can all chit chat and kiki and all of that, or maybe I'll go live this weekend. My husband is away for the month. I miss you, baby. If you're watching this, I love you all my heart. Te amo con todo mi corazón, mi amor. Yeah, that's all I have to say. I should have finished this drink so I could have made this ending a little bit funnier, but it's like, what more can I say besides you thought? So again, thank you guys so much for watching this. If you made it this far, give it a thumbs up. Hit me with a comment down below. Like, comment, dislike, subscribe, talk shit, whatever. Just make sure you fucking with my video, and I appreciate every single last one of you. I hope you guys have a wonderful and productive evening. I'm about to finish this glass and bottle, and I will see you guys in the next video.